Hey, what's up, board game fans? Anthony with Bleacher Bums Gaming, and we're going to do a quick look at the newest game to join the rotation here, and this is Gary Brown's Grid Zone Turf War. And I did an unboxing on this yesterday, and basically it's a takeoff of football, a 7-on-7 version. It's a fast-paced game, plays fairly quickly, and very much action-packed. And the concept of this is every roll of the dice, excuse me, covers a segment of play, and it's considered to be like the third or fourth down of a series. And you run in 10-yard increments up the field, and I'll show you the field chart right here. Right there, and that's where you track your progress. And with each drive, every point that you accrue is your score for the drive. And you basically play up to 25 segments, and at that point, the game is over. So it's really, again, fast-paced. You can get through a game in about 20, 25 minutes. And I've only played one game yesterday, and fooled around with it a little bit today, so still fairly new. I'm sure I will make some mistakes, but it's really a straightforward game, easy to play. And hey, what's up, Al and Matt? Thank you for joining me, guys. So again, we're going to go through this, and basically what you do is you'll roll. This is what the game comes with. You'll roll 3 1d6s, and I'll roll a 1d12 with that. That you then cross-reference the play result here. The black die is for the offensive play, so a 2 would be a run play, and then a 1 is the defensive adjustment. They would be in a run defense. And at that point, you then go to the charts, and I unfortunately can't fit everything below the camera, but you'll then go to the charts and reference the 1d12 for the result of the play. So run defense against run offense, that would be here. And the 1d12 is a 10. You would then you could compare player ratings. It would call up certain situations, matchups, total of the offensive line versus defensive line, etc. And that would give you the result of the play, and you would then move down the grid. So all I'm going to be able to show, of course, is the dice roll and the teams, but this will give you an idea of how the game works. It's, like I said, it's a real fast-paced, fun game. So we're going to play a few series here between Fort Worth and Milwaukee. And again, this is all fictional. Gary has indicated that he's working on a college mod, and he's done some adaptations with real pro players as well. So those at some point I'm sure will be available. But for now, it's a fictional football game. Again, 7-on-7. And it's a living game too, so that you can create a league and play season after season, drafts, trades, etc. So it's a really interesting concept, and I think I'm going to have a lot of fun with this. So we're going to go through a roll here. And we're going to start with Milwaukee on offense, and gives you a score sheet that you use for timing. And again, it's series-based, and you can keep, there's a program or a formula to make actually full game stats for your players as well. And we're not going to do that here, just going to kind of go through the gameplay. So on the initial roll, this is basically the event dice. So 1 to 5 here is a normal play result. If you roll a 6, you would then go to the event chart, which is also on the grid zone game chart. And that's usually going to be a penalty, or it could be a possible injury, things of that nature. So it's just going to be a regular play. And again, it's going to be 1, so a run play by Milwaukee. And 4 is going to be a pass defense by Fort Worth. You get both offense and defense off the single roll here. So I'm then going to go and reference the 1d12, which is a 12. And we'll do run offense against pass defense. And these are the results. So your star running back, which is Ray Mcquiston, he is the star runner. Run level of 0, gain of 1d6, disorganized defensive front. And he does not have a run level of 0. He's a run level of 2. So go to our run level of 1 or 2, gain 1d6 plus 2, found lots of room to run. So we'll re-roll this, and that is going to be a 3-zone advancement. And that is going to basically be the end of a series there. So you'll go into the next series. And you keep doing this until the team either scores a touchdown's worth 14 points, getting to the end of the grid, which is 10 spots, or gets stopped, meaning they lose a grid or cannot advance. So our next roll, again, normal play, it's going to be 4, which is going to be a pass play against a pass defense. So pass play against a pass defense and a roll of 2 on the 1d12. And pass level, a defensive line greater than offensive line, and this is the star defensive lineman and star offensive lineman. Sack and a fumble, no loss, but quarterback stunned. So our star defensive lineman is Kevin Ritchie, and he has a pass level of 2. Our star offensive lineman, Noah Crabtree, with a pass level of 1. So that is going to be a sack and a fumble. So we're going to see who recovers the fumble. And 5 on the fumble roll is going to be defense recovers, roll return. So we will then go and roll 2d6s, and a 7 is going to be a 2-point return. So 1, 2. So this ends the possession for Milwaukee. And the way it ended up is Milwaukee ended back in the number 1 grid spot. So they will get a single point for that. And then Fort Worth will take over, and they'll start from the 0 grid on their first possession. And just to give you a reference here, we had gotten up to 3, fumble, and recovered by the defense, return 2. So the end of the drive is whatever point total this is on. That's what the offense gets for that drive. And then the Fort Worth team will take over on their own 0. To give you an idea. And again, maybe I should have recorded this on my phone so I could have fit everything, but guess too late for that now. So that is going to be the end of it, and it'll be a stop. So again, 1 point for Milwaukee, and at that point you then just switch offense to defense. And again, these sheets fold. These are the team sheets, and very easy to keep track of. All right, so we will go with Fort Worth now on their first offensive possession, and it's going to be a regular play. 6 is going to be on the X chart against a pass defense, so you'll go to that and reference a 2. So X offense against pass defense, a 2. X level linebacker, star linebacker greater than star running back rating. So you look at the star linebacker, and again, the position players are rated star, diamond, circle, star, diamond, et cetera, defensive line, and they're running a 2-3-2 defense. You can either run a 3-2-3 or a 2-3-2. So his X rating for the star linebacker is a 0, and the star running back rating is a 1. So in that situation, that would have been a fumble. Otherwise, it's going to roll a 1d6, and 1 to 3 is no gain. 4 to 6, rushing gain of 1. So then you'll get the result there, and that is going to be a no gain, and that's going to be it. Fort Worth is stopped on their first possession. And Tenacious Sports, what is up, my friend? Welcome, Earl. So that's it. We are already on possession number 3, going back to Milwaukee again. Milwaukee leads us 1-0 very early in this Grid Zone Turf Wars battle. And you guys can see, and I'm again going slow, but you can see how fast the game plays. So Milwaukee with the ball, it's going to be a black die again, pass result versus pass defense, and you're going to go to 11 on pass versus pass chart. And that is going to be pass level of quarterback greater than diamond D lineman. So your pass level of Jeff Fowler, the Milwaukee quarterback, is 1. And you go to the diamond level D lineman, his rating is a 0. So quarterback is greater, and it's going to be a very nice gain, actually. This will be a gain 1d6 plus 3 to the star wide receiver. So that's going to be a gain of 7, and that puts Milwaukee on the doorstep. And again, if you go all the way, get through all 10 spots, it's going to be a 14-point touchdown. So 5s. And again, that will be a, here I have the choice to go deep pass or regular pass. Obviously 3 zones away, I'm going to go regular pass. So it's pass defense against pass offense, and a roll of 7. Quarterback pass level 1, 2, or 3, complete for 1 point. Otherwise, it would be incomplete. So his pass level is a 1, so that's going to be complete for a single point. And the next play. So we are now 2 zones away from a 14-point touchdown. 5 and a 1, it's going to be another pass play against a run defense. And with 1 on the 1d12. So Diamond DB, pass level 2 or 3, and he is indeed a pass level 2. Roll 1d6, 1 to 3 interception, 1 zone downfield, 4 to 6 incomplete. So that could squash this drive in a big hurry. And the result is 4. That's going to be incomplete, but that is also going to result in a stop for Milwaukee. So incomplete result there, and Milwaukee had advanced 8 zones, so they get 8 more points on this drive. They now lead it 9-0. And okay, Bob's Tabletop Sports, what's up? Welcome, my friend. Flash Games. Are you playing this quite a bit? This is actually only my 2nd game playing it, so you're using it for online career league. It really is a fun game. It's plays very quickly, and it's, you know, I like games that actually kind of take a regular sport like football and put a fictional twist on it. Really is creative, and it's very well put together. The charts flow very well at this point. You know, again, I'm going slower, but I really am enjoying the game thus far. So do you guys, Flash, do you guys go on and have drafts and trades and do all that, play season after season? And Earl, I bought Status Pro last month. Hope I can get that printed and learned. You got Status Pro Football. I had that. That takes a fairly big table footprint on the tabletop. Takes a long time to play a game too, but is a very fun and, in my opinion, probably one of the more accurate football games out there. And Bob's Tabletop Sports, I really like the new team sheets he debuted on his site this week. Are these team sheets here, Bob? Or I possibly haven't noticed. I haven't looked on the site, basically. But what I am looking forward to. Were you play testing his college module? Gary mentioned he was had a college module in play testing. That interested me quite a bit, actually. And Tony Porter, Cards and Dice Baseball TV with Tony Porter, has joined us. And Burt Reynolds is not the quarterback. Steve Bax is, though. And we're playing Grid Zone Turf Wars, Tony. So a little bit of a switch from the baseball standard fare here. So 3 and a 4, Fort Worth now needs to make hay as they're down 9-0. It's going to be pass offense against pass defense, and a 9. And pass level of a quarterback greater than star cubed or DB. So the pass level of quarterback, Fort Worth slings it. Steve Bax is a 3, and star DB Jeremy Gibbons is only a 2. So it's going to be a 3-point gain, a very accurate pass. So Fort Worth now is on the board. And again, they will get to keep these points unless they lose ground. Whatever you have at the end of the drive is what you keep for your points. So it's going to be a regular play, 5 and a 3, and another pass play. And we're actually going to go deep this time with Fort Worth. So deep pass play against a run defense. I'm sorry, pass defense. So there's a specific chart for deep pass, and with a roll of 4, Quarterback pass level 3, bold throw has a chance. And again, Steve Bax is an excellent quarterback. So on a 1d6, 1 to 4 incomplete, 5 to 6 complete. I was hoping it would be longer than that. But 4, and it is incomplete, and that ends the drive for Fort Worth. But they do get 3 points to get on the board. It is 9-3, Milwaukee up over Fort Worth early in this one. I really like that. Really a good idea with these charts, too. They're nice and glossy, but I really didn't want to fold them at first. I was trying to think of another way to get them to a mesh, but actually they look really nice, and it works, too. So let's see here. I've avoided things like the Fury adaptation of games that Play does. Maybe I should reconsider. Yeah, I would. You know, I kind of like games that do that, kind of take a different or put a twist on a sport. I have Fury Hardball, and I like that quite a bit. This game I really like a lot. I think this is going to get a lot of playing time on the table. I'm going to have to figure out a project to do with it as well. And Fury Football, I've actually never tried, but like I mentioned, I do play Fury Hardball, and that's a fun game. And you just want to get a quick game in and kill about 20 minutes or so. So Milwaukee with the lead and with the pigskin, I guess it would be a pigskin still. Again, they're going to come out and go pass, and it's going to be pass against a run defense. So potentially not good for Fort Worth. Pass against a run defense on a roll of 2. And D-line, diamond D-line greater than diamond O-line could be a sack. So our diamond D-line is a 0. Our diamond O-line is a 1. That's not the case. Otherwise, we are going to roll the dice. And 4 to 6, we're going to have a completion and a 1-point gain. And 1 to 4 will be incomplete. We're going to have another turnover. So no points there for Milwaukee. And quick turnover. So this, you know, that one dice roll really simulated an entire series. You could consider that like a 3 and out if you wanted to compare it to regular football. And as I mentioned, Gary does have a system to add up the stats and translate them into how they come out over like a full 60-minute football game, which I think is very cool. And the system is very creative as well. So Fort Worth, a chance to pull back into this one. They're going to come out throwing the ball. It's going to be against a passing defense as well. So pass offense against pass defense, a roll of 10. And we're going to have an O-line check, star O-line greater than a star D-line. And that is, again, pass level. So Flip McCullough is a 2, and Thomas Golden is a 1. And that will indeed be a 4-point gain. And there it also has if I was keeping stats, I'd roll a 1d6 to see which receiver caught it, but not required here, as Fort Worth is now within 2 points of Milwaukee. And 6. Now this 6 comes up. We're going to go to the event chart now. So a total of 7, and this is not good for one team or the other. Power factor, defense greater than offense. Technical minor, otherwise gain of 1 to choice. So the power factors are here. And basically in this base game, everybody's power factor starts at 4 with the exception of one team. So power factors come into play. They can give you the opportunity to roll 2 1d12s, and you can pick the best result, offense or defense, depending on which power factor is higher. In this case, it's going to be a moot point, as indicated. So there we are just going to gain of 1 to choice of wide receiver. So that's another point for Fort Worth. And that makes a score now 9-8. Fort Worth on the cusp of coming all the way back. Hey, what's up, Roger? Welcome, buddy. Debuting a new game here. So Fort Worth now, they're going to go a pass play against a pass defense. And I'll re-roll this since it was cocked. 7. And again, quarterback pass level 1, 2, or 3. And Steve Bax is a 3. It's going to be complete for a 1-zone gain. We're all tied up in this one. As Fort Worth putting a nice drive together here. It's 9-9. And they're looking to continue things, and we're going to go with a regular pass against a pass defense, roll of 8. And that's going to be complete for a 2-point game, so no checks needed there. And Fort Worth rallying here as we get past the halfway point of this, has taken the lead. And it is now 11-9, and Fort Worth keeps it going. And again, we go to the event chart, a roll of 11 this time. It's going to be a flag, offense minor penalty, -1 for illegal contact. So they get a -1 point there that comes off of their total. It's now 10-9. Penalties, you do not lose possession, so they'll get another shot at it. It's going to be a regular play, pass play against a pass defense. Fort Worth likes to sling the rock. And we're going to pass level of the star wide receiver greater than star DB. So our star wide receiver, Trevor Wood, has a pass level of 2, and Givens has a pass level of 2 as well. So they are equal, and we'll go to the next roll of 1d6, and a 1 is a pickoff, and the rest is incomplete, which will end the drive. Either way, it's going to be an incomplete pass. So Fort Worth is stopped after a lengthy drive, however, and they end up with 7 points in this one. So we are through 3 possessions, and Fort Worth clinging to a 10-9 lead in a nail-biter, as Milwaukee will look to get the ball and go back on control. They did well with the ground game earlier. What was the matchup that you picked, Roger? I know I picked Foreman and Tyson. I wanted to see a good slugfest. So Milwaukee's going to come out, and we're going to air it out and go deep, especially with a 1, which is against a run defense. So this could be beneficial, a roll of 12. I would imagine on this, when you get the charts memorized, that helps picking a regular pass or a deep pass. So deep pass on a 12 against a run defense, and our quarterback has a pass level of 1, Jeff Fowler. It's going to be complete for a 6-point gain. Great catch and run. So they go up top, quick change, and Milwaukee vaults right back into the lead. It's now 15-10. Foreman, that's an interesting matchup too. I think if Fury can get out of the 5th round, he will win a decision in that one. But I see George potentially stopping him in the 4th or 5th. So we're going to have a regular result here, a regular play, and it's going to be a run call for Milwaukee against a pass defense. And they are outguessing Fort Worth on this drive thus far. So putting the ball back on the ground, a 6, a gain equal to the runner's run level. Roll 1d6 for the runner. So 1 to 3 is the star, 4 to 5 is a diamond, and 6 is the circle. So 4 to 5 is our diamond runner, and our diamond runner is going to be Brandon Giles, and that's going to be a 1-zone advancement. So Milwaukee extends their lead. Now 16-10, and they're looking to punch. We have not had a team punch one in yet, as Milwaukee calls a pass play against a pass defense. And roll of 10 on the passing chart. So pass level of the O-line, star O-line greater than the star D-line. And again, Noah Crabtree is a 1, and Kevin Ritchie is a 2. And again, you look here, pass run and X are 2 to 1. So that is not going to be the case. So otherwise, it would have been a 4-point gain if that was the case. It is going to be a 2-point gain. And that puts Milwaukee right on the doorstep. They are 1 zone away from that 14-point payoff. So let's see if they can punch it in. Fort Worth needs to buckle down and get the stop. And we're going to have a running play, Milwaukee trying to play smash mouth here in the red zone. against a pass defense. Good choice there. And a roll of 6. Gain equal to the runner's run level, so we have to roll the die again for the runner. So this should punch it in. A 2, that's going to be the star runner, and Ray Mcquiston, and Milwaukee has punched it in for that 14-point touchdown. So a huge drive there for Milwaukee, and they now lead this 23-10, and we are running out of time in this one, folks, as Fort Worth desperately needs to score here to stay in the game. So you can see how fast, I mean, even slowing down, talking and whatnot, this game goes very, very quickly. Roger loved Grid Zone Turf. It really is a fun game. I'm enjoying it. And I've been looking for a quick football type game that I could play. And this, it's not real football, but it has the same atmosphere, and I like the fast-paced 7-on-7 action. So yeah, totally fits what I was looking for at this point. And again, Gary Brown's a great guy too. We have a really good relationship, and of course, Gary also makes Legends of Boxing, a great game, and Dice Soccer. And he's got one other game that slips my mind. But check out his website, Stone Mountain Press. The link is in the comments here. All right, so Fort Worth, they have some ground to make up, and we have an X result against a run defense. So the first time we've had that combination come up in this game. So X offense, a roll of 5, and X level, star DB greater than star wide receiver. So Jeremy Gibbons has a X rating of 0, and Trevor Wood an X rating of 1. It's not going to be the case, so that's going to be complete for a 3-point gain, as catching that is Wood and turning upfield for a short burst. As Fort Worth looks to get back in this game, they are down by 13 points at the start of this drive, now 10. And 3, another regular play. Fort Worth slinging the rock. It's going to be pass against X. And a roll of 1, a pass offense against the X defense. Star linebacker, pass level 3, a sack, and that is not going to be the case, as Nathaniel Barnett is a pass level of 2. So linebacker, pass level 1 or 2, sack, 1-point loss, and a fumble. So that is not what Fort Worth needed at this stage of the game. We're going to roll for a fumble. And 5, and that is going to be a defensive recovery, and we're going to roll a return. So all hell breaking loose here for Fort Worth late in this one, and return table, a total of 2 is no return. So that's going to put an end to a drive stop on the fumble -1. And so Fort Worth will get credit for 2 points on that drive. And that makes our score 23-12, as Milwaukee takes it back over, and they have a chance to grind this one out, as we are getting down to crunch time when they can kill the clock. Oh, damn it. Wouldn't be a game on this channel if I didn't throw the dice off the table just once. So this will be a regular play, and Milwaukee now looking to run the ball and grind this out. Run against a pass defense. And roll of 11 on the 1D12. Run level of the Diamond D line. So again, we're going to go to Christian Bird. He is a 1 against the run level of the Diamond Runner, which is Brandon Giles. It's going to be equal. So in that scenario, Brandon Giles is going to bolt through a hole on the fly sweep for a 4-zone gain. And that's probably going to about put this out of reach for Milwaukee. But anything can happen here. Search and destroy. That's it. Thank you, Roger, very much. Yeah, Gary is a really great guy. And, people always ask, you guys have competing games. But, I mentioned in the video when I unboxed this, guys that develop this, we don't get rich doing this. We don't really even make money doing this. maybe with the exception of, the bigger companies or, I'm sure Keith, I don't know what his situation is, but I'm sure he does okay because he's got so many games. But the rest of us, it's just a passion and a hobby. So we're a brotherhood. There's no competition at all between any of us. All right, so Milwaukee, regular play, and it's going to be run against a run defense. And roll of 12, and perfect execution, potential big gain based on the star runner's run rating. So run level, Mcquiston has a run level of 2. That is going to be a gain of 1d6 plus 2, and that could put the game away. And it does, as Mcquiston bolts into the end zone, and that's going to be another 14-pointer for Milwaukee. They are pouring it on now. That makes the score 37-12. And we are entering crunch time, which basically is going to be the end of the game here. So Fort Worth can go hurry up here, which is... I was thinking I'd get into it. I know in crunch time, if you're ahead, you can run 2 play squares off for each play. And I think it's just the opposite. If you're behind, you can run 2 plays for each square. I want to make sure. Crunch time, hurry up. 1 key play equals 1 slot in crunch time. Oh, okay. No, it's just regular. All right, one slot. So, how fast does Dice United play, Bob? Just out of curiosity. As Fort Worth has a massive hill to climb here, and it's going to be a regular play. As Fort Worth comes out, X against a run defense, and a roll of 10. So X level of the circle runner greater than the diamond DB. That's probably not going to be very good. So 0 for Nate Mason. And the diamond DB over here is Dave McMillan. So they are even. Rushing gain of 3 and then chased out of bounds. So Fort Worth looking to make this a closer than it really has been score at the finish, as we have another regular play, and it's going to be X again against run again. A roll of 2. So X level star D line greater than QB, no gain. So X Steve Bax is a 0 and star D line is a 1, and that is going to be no gain. And a possible fumble, chaos in the backfield. So we will see who recovers that. And at this point, the offense needs to not only recover it, but advance it, or this ball game is, for all intents and purposes, over. Offense recovers, no advance, but they are stopped. So Milwaukee is going to take over, and they're going to be able to run out the clock with basically 2 plays here. So you can see, like I mentioned, this game plays pretty quick, and that's going to make our score 15 for Fort Worth and Milwaukee 37. So Milwaukee, a trouncing of Fort Worth in our debut of Grid Zone Turf Wars on the channel. And Milwaukee looking to run it out, and 6s, we are going to the event chart, a roll of 12. A flag on the offense, -2, personal foul, and we are in the end zone, but that will not be a safety. They'll have a chance to get out of the end zone, but that does suck up 2 squares, and this will be our final play of the game as Milwaukee in ball control mode. And a roll of 4, we're going to have a regular play, X versus a pass defense. So X offense with a pass defense and a roll of 3. X level of the diamond linebacker greater than the diamond runner. So our diamond runner is Brandon Giles. He has a 0. And the diamond linebacker over here, Andrew Beard, he has a 1. That is indeed the case. Loss of 1 on the screen pass runner stunned. So that is going to be a safety for Fort Worth to close out the game. So that makes it a little bit more respectable, as they're going to get 2 points, but that is the final whistle. So our final score, Milwaukee 37 and Fort Worth 17. And that is the inaugural game of Grid Zone Turf War on the channel. And again, very fun game. I love the way it plays. Very easy to pick up and learn. The rules, like I said, the rules are about 9 pages, but he's got some other pages in there where you can create a league and play season to season, draft, trades, retirements, et cetera, et cetera. And then he does a good job setting up the league as well in the first few pages of the rule book. So highly recommend this game. Very fun if you're looking for a football type simulation. And again, don't expect a football, an exact translation of football. It's not. If I had to compare it to something loosely, it would be like the Play.com football game. And why is that slipping my mind right now? Second season, their express version. But again, it's a totally different game. It's just based on football. And so, again, don't expect an exact translation. 7-on-7, but it really does a good job of providing a fun and fast-paced gaming experience. So we definitely give this 2 thumbs up. And again, Gary Brown, very creative guy, and consider him a friend, great guy. So check that out. And again, the link, stonemountainpress.com, is in the comments to the video. So, hey, real quick, thanks to everyone for stopping by. And if you like the introduction of Grid Zone Turf Wars, please smack that like button on your way out of the turnstiles. Al Red Sox fan and Matt Steeler fan 1933, thank you very much. And check out Al Red Sox's fan, great channel. We're going to be doing a chat with Al coming up soon. Matt has a Glory Days boxing dynasty going on Operation Sports, other dynasty forums. Our good friend Earl from Tenacious Sports, playing History Maker Golf and Strat-O-Matic. Bob's Tabletop Sports. Bob, did you get your new camera set up and everything at this point? And Flash Games, thank you very much. And again, I agree with you. This is a brilliant game, and would love to hear more about the career league that you're doing as well. That sounds like a lot of fun. And Tony Porter, Cards and Dice Baseball TV, check him out. He's got the every baseball game under the sun going on his channel, and playing a project that I've really liked following, the Fall Classic Baseball 1980 Oakland A's replay, where 4 people are combining to replay the 1980 season. And, of course, our good friend Roger Ward. Appreciate you, as always, my friend, stopping by. And Roger, a big advocate of Gary Brown's games, which, again, I am too. I think this game is a very well done, very fun game. I'm glad I got it. And IDJ, ready for some football indeed. And IDJ, good to see you back in the sports board game community. I like your war game videos too, but sports is definitely my preference. So appreciate you stopping by. So yeah, hope you all have a great night, and stay young, guys. Keep rolling, keep playing games, be good to each other, and we'll see y'all later. Anthony with Bleacher Bums Gaming. Have a great night, y'all.